And we are live. I'm actually going to do the Mariners extra innings at this moment, but I'm trying to get my computer set up, but it cannot keep up with my speed. Here's Miles Mastroboni, and here is the pitch, and that's going to be a strike. And we got Ferguson on the mound, but yeah, believe it or not, I just got home. I actually came back from a doubleheader in a game of softball, and now I just wanted to cover at least the extra innings. And of course, this will not count towards my 100-game goal. So whatever. Now the pitch. Now here's a fly ball left field, and that is fouled. I'm going to get my actual feed in just a few moments. Please bear with me on this. I know this is not exactly the conventional way of doing it, but don't really have a choice right now. Thanks for your patience. Now here's Mastroboni, and now the 1-2. And that is outside for a ball. That's going to be a 2-2 count on the Maestro. And my feed's about to come in for a moment. And here it is. Going to have to remove the other one. If it has it. All right, here I am. I think this is a little bit better. And now here's a fly ball to left field, and that should get in the run. Is he tagging at third? And he's going to actually go home. This is Cal Raleigh, the throw to the plate, and that is not in time. And Cal Raleigh is actually going to score on a sacrifice fly by Miles Mastroboni. And what a hustle by Cal Raleigh. And here we are. The Mariners do lead at 6-5 as I literally just jumped in this game. And next thing I know, the Mariners now command a 6-5 lead on a very grinding game. And it was heads up running by Cal Raleigh. Way to hustle, as he has been easily one of the best players on the Mariners thus far. Yeah, and I just got my setup down there. And now we got Ben Williamson, who is 2 for 4. He has heavily contributed. And now here's Williamson. And now the pitch. And that is going to be in there for a strike. Yeah, I can't believe I just got home from my softball game. It was a doubleheader. Our team finally won. Now we're like 1-6. And now here's Ben Williamson. And now here's the 0-1. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did, unfortunately. So that is going to be strike 2. Just testing my microphone to see. I think it's good so far. Fritz, let me know if it's good. And Fritz is my only member. I shouldn't have said that, but he is one of the only members. I actually have 2 members. Now here's Williamson, and now here's the 0-2. And that is outside for a ball. And that is going to be now a 1-2 count on Ben Williamson. Hey, Danny boy, how's it going? As now we're at 1-2 for Williamson. And now it is going to be the 1-2 pitch. And that is strike 3 called. And that is going to retire the side. We go to the bottom of the 10th inning. It is buckle your seatbelts time. Andres Munoz is going to come into the mound. And the Athletics have an opportunity to at least, well, with a runner on second base, you'd think that they do have an opportunity. So, yeah, it's crazy. I just got home from Tacoma. I play softball there. And look where I am right now. As I was lucky enough to see the Mariners score within literally a minute of my video. So I think that was pretty cool. Got some fresh paper to take some notes throughout the game. So I think it was around 2 minutes when Cal did the sac fly. And now it's up to the Mariners to get out of this inning and this game and come away with a victory, because it has been, yeah, we need him to be even more perfect, like even more perfect than perfect. We're talking about perfect on perfect. Like, it's really, I hate to say it, but it is true that he has to. I gotta get some water because I had a really long day. Actually, I had a pretty relaxing day. It was just the softball game was actually my most intense part of the day. I actually went 3 for 3 on both games of the doubleheaders. All of my hits were like deadly line drives. The only negative part of my performance was I did cause an error because of miscommunications on a fly ball. But other than that, the second game, I was nearly perfect. The only mistake I made was screaming and doing a Brett Boone bat flipping, so that wasn't good.
I was actually warned by the umpire to never do that again, or else I get into a huge mess of trouble, which is something that I would prefer not to happen. So let's not have that happen again. And we are back from the break. And it is time. It is time to end this. Let's put a huge end to this so that the Mariners can take game 1 of this 3-game series. And this is one of the games that they must do it because it's not going to be an easy series. Got J.J. Bleday at second base. Now the pitch. Now here's a ground ball, and that's going to get right through for a base hit. That is probably going to score in the runner to third base. And he's actually stuck at no, he scores. I think he does score. And the A's have immediately tied this game on a first pitch by Andres Munoz, and that is the blown save. Andres Munoz blows the save. He is no longer the perfect closer, and that's just devastating because the Mariners had a great opportunity to win, and now it may seem doom and gloom. This is exactly how I feel. Yeah, it only seemed like it was just a matter of time. I think Munoz was due for a blown save, unfortunately. Now the pitch, and you can't really put it on him because of these extra inning rules. Like, I don't even like the extra inning rules. Like, even though the Mariners benefited from it heavily from 2021, I still hated the rule. I think it's a stupid rule. I think it needs to go. If you have the pitch clock, then get rid of the extra inning rule. The pitch, and that is a ball for Kurtz. It's as if I thought the Mariners really had a chance to win this game, especially with Munoz. You would think that it's perfect opportunity, but we have a man on second base. Maybe you should have thought of just doing the intentional walk. And now the pitch. And it's going to be a ball, and Andres Munoz is not himself right now. Yeah, here's who it was. So we got Kurtz. It was Wilson, who was 2 for 5. So, yeah, you probably should have intentionally walked him. And now the 3-0. And that is a strike. Finally gets it. And it's going to be a 3-1 count. We got BC in the building. And now we're at 3-1. And now the 3-1 pitch. And that's a ground ball foul. And now it's at strike 2. Can't believe this inning ended the way it did. We're at 3-2. So, yeah, Wilson should have been intentionally walked. So you can at least force a triple play if it's possible. The 3-2. And check swing. Did he go? He did not go. And now you got a runner. Now you got runners on first and second with nobody out. And the Mariners really do need something magic to happen on defense. We're checking that check swing. It looked like there may have been a case checking a different angle. That could be a missed call. I think that is a missed call. That really should have been a strike. And I wonder if they're going to review it. I wonder if that is reviewable. I don't think check swings are reviewable, unfortunately. They're not reviewable. Check swings are not reviewable. I think they do need to be reviewable, but I'm only saying that because Mariners put themselves in a position of losing. Luis Urias at the plate. He was the former Mariner. Jacob Winston is the running. Yeah, Munoz hadn't even given up a run. So, but technically, according to the ERA, it doesn't count against you when you give up a ghost runner. The pitch, and that is that should be a strike. How is that not a strike? That was literally in the strike zone. That is a strike. It was literally in the zone. Dan Wilson looking a little bit confused and frustrated. Like, it was clearly in the zone. That's a strike. A missed call right there. And now we are looking at 1-0. Now the pitch. And that is popped up and that is fouled. And now we're at 1-1. Yeah, that was absolutely a missed call. Now we're at 1-1. And I know that I shouldn't be asking, but donate to this. Hit the like button, subscribe, hit that donate to this channel. And yep, that is our Urias, the former Mariner, the 1-1. And now here's a liner to left field, foul ball. And now we're at 1-2. Wouldn't it be quite ironic if the Mariners actually lose this game? Wouldn't it be quite ironic? And now the 1-2. And that's going to be a foul ball, 100-mile-an-hour fastball by Andres Munoz. I actually have 7 people. Yeah, the Dodger fan is back, Josh, as we're at 1-2. And now the pitch. Up high for a ball, 2-2. And now it's getting a little bit dangerous. Just 2 balls away from actually loading the bases. And the game might end that way. If the Mariners lose this, I'm not going to put this much on Andres Munoz at all. It just shouldn't have gotten to this point. And now we're at 2-2. And now the pitch. And now here's a ground ball. And that is a foul ball. That was close once again. Munoz is just trying to get this guy out. And it's not like Urias is not any much of a good hitter. Actually, he's a 277 hitter with a 364 on base percentage. A's really know how to fix offensive players, I guess. Now we're at 2-2. And now the pitch. And that is low for a ball. 3-2 for Luis Urias. Luis Urias has been very patient at the plate. Munoz seems to be losing it. It seems that it just felt like it was just a matter of time. And now we're at 3-2, the pitch. And now here's a ground ball. This could be dangerous. The throw to first in time. You finally got the first out. But now you got runners on second and third. And I'm calling the intentional walk. You got to intentionally walk him. It was a very productive at bat. I would walk Lawrence Butler. Yeah, you're going to get to Brent Rooker. But do you really have a choice? Like, you're damned if you do or you're damned if you don't. And Dan Wilson's coming out and looks like he's going to have a chatter, or it looks like he's going to take him, or it looks like Dan Wilson's having an argument with the umpire. Wonder what the argument is about. Wonder what the conversation is about.
To keep his distance, but at the same time making sure he's interjecting into this conversation.
Or whatever it is, Dan Wilson wants to challenge.
Dan Wilson's challenging.
The call on the field is catcher's interference. That call is under review.
There's a catcher's interference. I wonder what this is all about.
I don't think he hit anything. And I'm trying to remember. To be honest with you, I'm just spitballing. I don't believe the straps count as the glove. They don't count if you tag him with it.
I would rather face Rooker as his stats are worse. Yeah, you're right, but now we're trying to see if there's a catcher's interference.
I'm not seeing anything there.
So if it's catcher's interference, does that mean it's like an automatic base hit or is it foul ball?
Well, based on what we have seen, I'm at a loss on that one. So it has been ruled catcher's interference. Load the bases with nobody out.
It will load the bases with nobody out.
And calls it immediately, our home plate umpire tonight.
As of now, the bases would be loaded. If the challenge does not go the Mariners' way.
I wonder if they have a couple extra looks that we don't see here.
The call on the field is confirmed. Catcher's interference.
Catcher's interference, and now the Mariners lose that challenge.
New York confirmed it. So they saw something that they agreed with.
And again, I'm curious as to whether or not, for some reason,
It just shouldn't have gotten to this point. Like, I'm not even going to put anything on the umpire. It just shouldn't have gotten it to the point. Bases are loaded for Butler. And it seems that this game is pretty much over. The pitch, and that is a foul ball. Like, if the Mariners get out of this inning, it's probably like a plus 1,000. Put in $1 and you win $100. As we're at 0-1 for Butler. He was 1 for 5. And now the 0-1 pitch. And that is going to be fouled back, strike 2. And Munoz, you got to come up with something good. I mean, your last 2 pitches, you got him to foul out, got him to do a foul ball. Can't really, well, we're going to find out. Can't really tell what pitch it was, though. As we're at 0-2. And now the pitch. And that is outside for a ball, ball 1. And Fritz, congratulations. You have been a member for a month. Congratulations. I hope you're enjoying my extra content. As we're at 1-2. And now the pitch. And strike 3 called, and that is now 1 out. Now the Mariners have a double play in the picture. That was a really nice fastball. That was like a little bit breaker over there, too. That fastball is nasty with a lot of spin. That's what Munoz is known for, the big arm. And now we got Brent Rooker up to the plate. He is 1 for 4. He has a chance to be the hero, though. A's are 3-10. 3 of 10. Now the pitch low, and that gets almost got away. 100-mile-an-hour fastball. Yeah, sac fly is going to lose the game. And good stop by Cal Raleigh. As now we're at a 1-0. And with Brent Rooker. And the pitch. And that's going to be low for a ball, 2-0. Yeah, Munoz just doesn't have it tonight. Even with that day off he got yesterday, it still seems he just doesn't got it. It doesn't help when you're in extra inning situations. Like, it's a way more high leverage situation when you have a man on second base. As we're at 2-0. And now here's the pitch. And that is a strike. And that is a 2-1 count on Brent Rooker. Brent Rooker this season, he is 1 for 4. And now the 2-1 pitch. Low for a ball, ball 3. And now this is very, very dangerous. If you get one more ball, this ball game is over. Like, we're talking it's over. As we're at 3-1. And this actually could be the game. Like, Munoz, you got to throw something in there. No, nothing pretty. Just throw a fastball. Now the 3-1 pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. Had he not swung at that, that probably would have been ball 4. Now we're at a full count, 3-2 for Brent Rooker. Andres Munoz had a 99-mile-an-hour fastball. It almost actually went outside the strike zone, but Brent Rooker bailed him out. As now we're at 3-2 for Brent Rooker. Game is on the line. And now here is the pitch. And a swing and a miss, strike 3. And down goes Brent Rooker. He goes down on strikes when it was a 3-1 count. And now there's 2 outs. And the Mariners have a really good shot to get out of this inning. Yeah, Munoz got lucky. He got in the pitch on a swing on a fastball. And now we've got 2 outs for Soderstrom, another dangerous hitter for the A's, who hit his first few home runs of the season in Seattle. He is batting .281, has a chance to be hero. The pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1. Yeah, swing and a miss. Swing was a foul, and there was like a swing and a miss. And now we're at 0-1. And now the pitch again. And now here's a liner to left field, and that is, I think that's a foul ball. And now it's down to the final strike. Munoz has got to find a way to get out of this, so that way the Mariners can have a chance to score and hopefully win the game. But right now, we got to get Tyler Soderstrom out of here. 0-2, game on the line. And now here's the 0-2 pitch. And that is strike 3 called. Andres Munoz had the bases loaded. Soderstrom goes out on strikes. It seemed that it was going to be a ball, but the umpire changed his mind otherwise. He seemed determined to call the strike 3, and the Mariners Get out of a bases loaded jam. The Mariners were just one ball away from losing. I'm so shocked that I'm freaking stuttering. Soderstrom could not believe it. And now we're going to go into the top of the 11th inning, and the Mariners are still very much alive. Give me some time to breathe. I got to breathe. Like, I don't know. What do I got? I got something, right? I think. Here. SeatGeek is a mobile ticketing app for sporting events, concerts, and other events. They make the buying experience easier by the app ranking each ticket from 0 to 10 to see if you are getting a good deal, and you can see exactly where you are sitting. I regularly use that app, and I have had nothing but a fantastic experience with SeatGeek. Use my promo code RoofTopSports to get $20 off of your first purchase. Link to the code, app, and website will be in the description, so take advantage, and thank you. Yep, use that promo code if you're in Sacramento. Use it, or if you're a Mariners fan and you want to outshow the Toronto Blue Jays and their fans, use that promo code RoofTopSports. Selfish baseball right there, huh? I guess so. And we are back from the break as Andres Munoz, he really got himself out of that jam. Looks like we're doing something with bases, and Ben Williamson's actually at second base right now. And here's Harris, the lefty, which is going to make actually things difficult if Jorge Polanco is going to be up back. He might be pinch hit out. Now the pitch to Rivas as he shows bunt, and that's actually going to be a ball. And the pitch. No, that was a replay. Hey, look what I did again, Josh. And now the 1-0. And now the pitch. And it's going to be missing it for a ball, 2-0. And the pitch. And that is outside for a ball. As we're at 3-0 for Rivas. And now the pitch. And yep, that's in there for a strike. You're not going to get off easy on that one. And Fritz, thank you for the donations. If anyone else can join, that'd be great. Let's get, I know the goal's like $50, but because it's a short show, let's do 25. And now we're at 3-1. And now the pitch. And that's going to be popped up and fouled. As we're at 3-2. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. As we're at 3-2. And now here's the pitch. And a swing and a miss, strike 3, and that's going to be 1 out. Yeah, these A's are definitely a lot better. No question about it. I even thought they were better last year. It was a big swing and a miss. Not really about Canzone. At least it didn't swing at the dirt, but it was still a really bad pitch to swing. And now we got Mitch Garver up to the plate. They're playing with the lefty-righty matchup because I guess they don't want Ryland Thomas. And I don't know how much he's really going to do, to be honest with you. Yeah, A's are 19 and 16. They're actually a really good team this season. Yeah, Mitch Garver. Yeah, I think we know what the reactions are for Mitch Garver to, well, you know, let me do this. Here's Mitch Garver. He's batting .235 with 1 home run. He's actually batting more efficient than he did last season. And now the pitch. And that is low for a ball. As much as we want to make a joke about Mitch Garver, he's still batting pretty efficient, especially when you're batting with a 400 on base percentage, but your slugging percentage is only 314. He's got to bring that up, especially if he's considered a power hitter. He has 1 home run and 6 RBIs. And the pitch. And that is in there for a strike. As we got Ben Williamson, he is waiting patiently at second base to hopefully be the runner to score. As we're at 1-1. And now the pitch. And that's going to be in there for a strike again. We're at 1-2 right now. And now the pitch. And that is outside for a ball. Ball 3 or ball 2. 2-2 the count. As we're at 2-2. And now the pitch. And that's going to be popped up and fouled. And he had the swing at that one. It's pretty unique to be playing at a minor league baseball stadium, if you ask me. This was actually one of the games. Actually, no, I wasn't planning. Interestingly enough, though, I was planning to go to tomorrow's game. I was going to be in Sacramento to celebrate my grandmother's birthday, but unfortunately, I just could not make it because, and now the pitch. I couldn't make it because hashtag don't quit your day job really just wrecked my schedule so badly. I couldn't make that trip. I feel really bad. Hopefully, I'll make it back to Sacramento. Sacramento's like a second home to me, interestingly, as we're at 2-2 on Mitch Garver. And now the pitch. And that's going to be popped up, and that's not going to move anywhere. Ben Williamson's going to be staying, and then the fielder makes the catch. I think that was Urias. And the Mariners now have 2 outs. And up to the plate, it's going to be J.P. Crawford. He is 2 for 3, so you'd like your odds with him. He has the second highest on base percentage, aside from Leo Rivas, but he did strike out. With runners in scoring position, he bats 400, so maybe there is a chance for J.P. Crawford. And now we are not looking at the pitch, and that is going to be up high for a ball. On deck would be Jorge Polanco, but because you have a lefty, he's probably going to be pinched hit out. As we're at 1-0. And the pitch. Now here's a liner to right field, or went to Urias immediately. And that's going to retire the side. We're at the top of the 11th is over. Now we're going to the bottom of the 11th. I am so upset. It's really sad of where we're at. Mariners had a golden opportunity to win, and they just screwed it up really badly. Like, I am crushed to know that. I am so down that I don't even feel like doing a commercial. So to make me feel better, help me get to my $25 goal. I'll probably be pushing that just a little bit more. I don't really want to, but I have to. They're playing Animals by Martin Gradix, if I even said that correctly. Casey Lugamina. Oh, great. All I can say is we are blanked. We are just effed. This game's pretty much over, in my opinion. Got a man on second, and looks like that should have been a balk right there. And the fans really wanted a balk. You know, it's really hard to actually get called a balk, to be honest. And now we're looking at bunting attempt. Oh, and a foul ball. You know what? I was okay with that. It almost hit him, but luckily he fouled it. I think maybe Lugamina did it on purpose. You would think that he did it on purpose because they just don't want him to bunt and move the guy to third base, which is something the Mariners should have effing done in the extra innings. Now we're at 0-1. I wonder if he's going to do it again. Yep, he's going to do it. And now the pitch, and that's going to be low for a ball. Ursula is very desperate. He's very, very desperate. A balk is when you're intending to pitch, but then you like back out at the last second. And now the 1-1. And now here's a bunt, and that is going to get the guy to third, throw to first in time. Now you got the runner at third base, and who is up to bat? I think it's that was Shea Langoliers. I would do the intentional walk because what more do you have to lose other than the fact that you're going to lose this game probably? Like what choice do you really have? Yeah, walk him. You got to get the double play. And they're not going to do it. Dan Wilson hates intentionally walking. I would have just done the intentional walk. I think are they going to? And they will. They are taking the ball away. They're taking the bat away from Langoliers. And he's going to first base. And now it's going to be up to JJ Bleday. Cal Raleigh going out there to have a little bit of a chat. Let's see what he says. JJ Bleday against righties, he is 176, so maybe there is a chance. He has 3 home runs, so also another possible fly ball hitter. And they're also going to load the bases. They're actually going to load the bases. So they're doing 2 intentional walks. So you get to play at home, but it's going to be Jacob Wilson. Yeah, Jack Wilson was a former Mariner, but yeah, I'm sorry. Jacob Wilson. And I saw this guy hit 2 home runs in the game in spring training. Batted 330. He's batting 336 with a 360 OBP. So this could be very dangerous. And now the pitch, and that is a foul ball. Now that you didn't agree with because you don't want to set up for a walk and a run. So I guess there is a point in that. Jacob Wilson with batters and runners in scoring position, batting 438. So a very risky move by Dan Wilson. Now the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. Wilson is now 2 for 5. And we're talking a very possible opportunity for Wilson to be the hero. And the pitch, and a swing and a foul ball. And that's going to be 0-2. Wonder how many pitchers the A's have right now. They have used much of their pitching. So maybe it could get to a point you're using position players or even starters, as we're at 0-2. And now the pitch. Now here's a ground ball, and that is going to end the ball game. The A's win with a Jacob Wilson walk-off hit, and the ball game is over. The Mariners will go down and lose game 1 of this 3-game series. That will do it. It's kind of what you expected, especially with the bases loaded, especially when you're playing with these extra inning rules. And it's over. And now the Mariners are putting themselves in a position where they really don't have much room for error. Like they actually have to win their next 2 games if they want to win this series. But I was actually predicting that the Mariners are maybe going to be lucky to get 1 game out of it because the A's have really been giving them hell throughout the season already. And with this ball game over, Mariners have got to find a way to regroup. And I think I'm just going to take off. Wonder why Dan Wilson's coming out. Guess that's their way out of the stadium, I guess. Yeah, I think I'm just going to take off. But I just want to say thank you for being there, for being on this show. And I have got to, I got videos to cut. I got to make some of these highlights or whatever. So, yeah, I am out of here. And everyone, thank you very much.